Order in the court. Today we have Sanders McFly is being accused of on the ungodly act of murder in the first, second, and third degree of toddlers.
Christ alive.
Heinous crimes. Heinous crimes and accusations indeed. What say you? Prosecutor, what kind of evidence might you have for this heinous accusation?
This man, as he was being arrested, he gave such an ungodly gesture that was prohibited by law, as well as the cops finding the bodies of these fucking toddlers he murdered.
A gesture, you say?
Yes. One that I cannot repeat here, nor ever.
Whoa. Then how am I to know what was gestured?
It uses both hands. One's like a circle. The other's like 3 fingers going in the circle. Plus the other hand has like 1 finger going through the 3 fingers. It's kind of crazy. It's probably anti-Semitic in some way, but it's illegal.
It's illegal to make donuts?
No, that's not a donut, sir. That's a fucked up hand sign. Only toddler murderers use.
Interesting.
What he do?
Eating chips in the court.
Okay, Your Honor.
Defendant Icarus, what say you?
Your Honor, first I want to say thank you for allowing us to bring this case into court today. If I may, can the prosecutor please, again, as best as possible, try to, describe the what do you call it? The visual used in this scenario.
Visual.
You said something about 3 fingers in a hole or something like that. But you say you don't. You said maybe it's anti-Semitic. Maybe it's this or that. I would like to present an unclear referendum. As the prosecutor clearly doesn't know what this hand gesture means, or how to describe it. Even I don't think it properly fits my client. That this could be what he was doing. He has a general or a vague descriptor of what it could have been, but he doesn't know what it means. He doesn't know what it means. So therefore, how could he say that this act in particular is illegal?
Very well said, Icarus. It was very hard for me to understand what he meant by that as well. Prosecutor? Next piece of evidence, please.
Okay. You know, I may not have known exactly what was going on with the hands or what it means because I did not look into it. All that I know is illegal. So therefore, since I'm a good noodle, I don't need to know it. But he did it in front of a gathering of police officers, which he knew this was illegal to do, and yet he still did it. Even though the main portion is they found it after finding all those toddlers. Like, how dare he murder 17 of them? Like, look at that sick fucking monster over there, man.
Whoa. Excuse me.
Until proven guilty.
I'm sorry.
You all look guilty.
I'm sorry.
Attorney?
If I may, firstly, I want to say, Prosecutor Fui over here, again, a prosecutor at that, an attorney, if I may, a man who is here today because he passed the bar. He is a man of the law, one could speak. And he doesn't it appears just speaking over the hand signed debacle, that he doesn't appear to know the law when it comes to what he's trying to defend. I just wanted to point that out. That is not my case. I would have liked to respond to that. Now with that, in front of police officers, however, I see that there are no police officers here today. No one in the stands, a police officer here to defend that notion. Therefore, no witnesses.
Noted.
So I would like to continue with that. Now here's where I would like to present my case. My client, I would like to bring up his search history on his personal computer at home. I was able to get with my client in questioning and kind of figure out where we would like to take this case. And I was looking through his search history, and I just kind of want you to know that he has Sanders has a past of looking into volunteering with children in need. He has a history of he has siblings, I would like to point out, all who love him very much, who he's never done any wrong, who were once toddlers, if I might add. A couple of them once toddlers. All right. And then the search history specifically, now that I get that out of the way. Prior searches before this whole case, before this entire case was called, of him again, just searching places where he could put in his time as a man who appreciates children in a way to want to better society going forward. You know what I mean? That's all I had to say.
Duly noted. Prosecutor Squatch, what do you have to say to this?
There has to be no way he had good intentions of looking into where to spend time with toddlers. They found the dead toddlers with him. Why would he be looking into a place where he can find more? For a good reason. The only reason I can think of is this man was looking for his next victim. He was looking for more children to kill. Why should we let him out and about where he can possibly hurt more? 17 isn't enough for you guys? You want it to be 18? 20? 30 even?
Judge, we're not here to talk about what ifs.
But we are here to talk about what he has done, and that is murder 17 kids. Why? My question is to him, why? But I would also like to call up my witness.
Ah.
Okay. So,
So your witness is the movie producer. Got it.
yes. They were filming a movie near the location where they found him and all the bodies of the kids. So, would you like to explain to the court what you found that day? That grisly sight.
Yeah, so Your Honor, I was out there to do the movie. And I happened to notice in one of the corners of one of my scenes, I see that gentleman there pulling some bags out of the park. And I didn't think too much of it until the police came up to me a few hours later and asked me if I saw that man. I didn't see exactly like what he did, but I was recording the movie there and I saw him pulling some bags out of the park. I do want to add, they did look like child-sized bags. Like, I'm a grandmother. I got 15 kids. My kids decided to go all out. I had 3 kids, and they all decided to have like 5 of them. I tell them all the time they need to not, because you can't keep all these kids safe. And so I do know what child-sized bags look like. We've had some fun. We put them in garbage bags and throw them around because they're weird like that, Your Honor. So I am kind of familiar with what a child-sized bag looks like, and he had a few of them. I didn't get to count, and I was trying to boost my movie. It's actually going to be the next greatest hit. It's a horror movie. It's called In Your Walls. It's actually pretty good. When you guys see it, you guys should all go and watch it. But it's called In Your Walls. We were filming an outside scene at the park. They were trying to run away from the killer, but the killer was in the walls, you see. And I got out of the corner of the scene. I saw that man. I don't actually know how he got onto our production area. I had to fire a few people because of that. But yeah, no, I saw him pulling some stuff.
Thank you.
Now, if I'm allowed to present my next piece of evidence, Your Honor,
Mm-hmm.
I can clear up. Well, you have to hit my button again. no, that one. The other one, yeah. So,
Don't let that man back on the stage.
so, in response to we have found out
Sorry.
how he got on the set. He presented this business card, and we have found out it is a fake, just so he can get places where it seems official to where he needs to be.
That's how you got on him on Dunkin' Movie set. I
Hey.
had to redo.
See? He's faking. He is a pathological liar from the fucking bones. This man is a monster. How dare he do any of this? And then try to blame it on production of a movie just so that they can get away with murder.
Now, I may be out of line here. You're making a horror movie?
I'm making a horror movie, yeah.
People die in that horror movie?
Yeah.
Might you have fake bodies?
No.
Oh,
Huh?
real
Huh.
bodies?
What?
No, they're all,
Huh.
it's very gruesome murders. It's very, very gruesome. You see, so they're animatronic bodies, actually. Because, like, we cut body parts off. It's very gruesome. It's a very good movie. It's called In Your Walls. So, like, the premise of the movie is these people move into a haunted house, right? But they didn't know it was haunted.
Yep. Got it. We'll check it out next November. Defense, what do you say?
Well,
You fuck.
I would like to point out, Prosecutor Fui over here did present that my client got in via business card. My client did have a business card that did lead him to that he was supposed to be at the movie studio with this card. Yes, that much is true. However, something's getting lost in translation here. That business card is not what got him in. It was given to him by a movie executive to come to the movie studio, but it was the invitation from that movie executive along with his business card with his phone number that is what my client used to get in. This is where I feel like something got lost here. And maybe I'm a little out of line. But my client did have an invitation on the movie.
Nobody was supposed to be on that set that I didn't approve. And I don't recognize his face.
It was Mr. Weinstein.
Mr. Weinstein into court. I want to sue him too. He's obviously in on these murders. Ain't nobody that I didn't know was supposed to be on that movie set.
Let the record be
Judge,
shown that the witness just said that Weinstein is in on these murders. Just wanted.
Neither here nor there. Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
Oh, haha.
I do want to say whether or not Weinstein had anything to do with it, That's neither here nor there. I'm just saying my client was given a business card by Mr. Weinstein, as well as an invitation and a movie set. I'm just saying a movie studio has lots of sets. All right, that's all I have to say. Thank you.
I want to point out, Your Honor, if I could just mention something. New movie coming out, right? We were filming outside of a set. There was a park in the background. We were trying to get a really good scene. You guys have some really good parks out here. So the scene that I have actually wasn't on a set. It was kind of out in public, you know. It's kind of hard to control the populace when you're outside, you know. Maybe you don't know. You're a judge. Actually, you want to be the
Judge, I'm pretty sure the term movie studio was used earlier. Correct me if I'm wrong, Judge, if you misremember that, but that's all.
Sir, it was movie set, not movie studio. So, unfortunately, the only thing that was truly found on his body besides that business card, it was not an invitation, but his driver's license. That is the only thing that we found on him, or when the cops found on him when they arrested him. They found no invitation. There's no way he was invited to the set. That must have been evidence that they threw in here to try to derail this case, to try to set this man free. And he has pointed out that none of his executives would be giving a random person a VIP badge invitation to their set.
Your Honor, I do want to point out that, again, I did just provide evidence that an invitation was given. That's all I have to say.
But if there was an invitation, why was it not on his person when he was arrested?
Your Honor, I'm happy to answer all these questions when it's my turn in the court.
Yes.
Your Honor, I don't know Mr. Weinstein personally. I am I'm no actor. I don't partake in film. I'm not familiar with that world.
That's
However,
fair.
my
Your
client...
side profile is kind of bad.
He's got that gloopy sock look, Not very camera
Anyways,
friendly.
Your Honor. My client informed me that Mr. Weinstein likes his privacy. Now I know there's a lot of... clearly, as we see by the witness, there's a lot of interesting characters in Hollywood, and being famous... Don't worry about it. Being famous, obviously, it's one of those things where your privacy is stripped from you currently on a day-to-day basis. So Mr. Weinstein...
I think fetish trying to hit on me.
No. Absolutely not. Look at your front profile. Why would I want... What the fuck? Anyways, Your Honor. I'm sorry, I'm getting off
You
track.
tried to be in a porno? I produced those too. How big's your cock?
Order in the court. Order in the court.
Anyways, Judge, again, these celebrities, these people of power, they have to deal with the loss of their privacy on a daily basis. And that invitation that my client received to enter the movie studio, obviously, if he leaves with that, that's an all-access pass. You know what I mean? Not only is it all-access pass, but it's an address. Again, it's Mr. Weinstein's phone number on that business card. It's a lot of things that Mr. Weinstein might not want, in the hands of other people, outside of who it was directly given to. So that's all I have to say.
Gotcha.
Anyways, if I could present, the rest of my case here.
Yes, please do.
If you don't mind giving me just a moment. Gotta look through here. Now, okay. If I may. Violence, we live in a time where, there's not a lot of good people in the world, you know what I mean? There's a rise in violence amongst our community and amongst our people. And I just want to say that with this rise in violence, you know, I just think that with the evidence that has been presented here today, I just think the probability that my client would have done the things that have been presented, again with the evidence at hand, that, you know, dare I say, has not been good. I just don't believe it was him. I think there's a lot of people out there who are out in the wild right now who are true monsters. One true monster is out walking free today outside of this courtroom that got away with these murders. My client is an innocent man. My client did nothing wrong. He did not kill any toddlers, not in first, second, or third degree murder. You know, and that's all I want to say. I just think the evidence that Prosecutor Fui has brought to the court today is false. Thank you, Your Honor. That's all I have to say.
Yes.
I would have to disagree with that previous statement of his. Your Honor, I have been saving the best piece of evidence for last. One that should surely convict this man. One that will put him in the history books as a fucking monster that he is. For the way he murdered those toddlers. And that, sir, is they were all drowned in buckets of hand sanitizer, and we had found gallons upon gallons at his home address, along with receipts that he had purchased them with his personal card over the course of months in preparation for this heinous act. There is no shred of a doubt that this man right here committed those murders. Every single bottle had his fingerprints on them. How could this man be allowed to walk free? There is no other big monsters out in this world like him. There may be some, but this is just the worst. How dare he kill kids? Our future. This is just unacceptable.
Your Honor, this is absolutely ridiculous. On the highest scale, to say that my client is say he's guilty because he's sanitary, to say he's guilty because he likes to be clean. My client is a germaphobe, Your Honor. That is not a man.
That is false. They found
Your Honor,
the.
Your Honor. Thank you, Your Honor. Yes, yeah. My client buys a lot of hand sanitizer. That's true. My client likes to stay clean. Again, as I've said before, my client is a germaphobe.
As am I.
See, you get it, Your Honor. You get it. Now let me ask you this, Your Honor, and I apologize because this question's going to be a little dark, but from my client again as a germaphobe to you, also a germaphobe. When you think of a dirty, filthy, disgusting toddler, first of all, do you know where those things have been? You know how foul those things are? Eating hot Cheetos and getting the dust all over their hands, and shoving baby food all over their mouth, getting it all over their face. And that's one thing, Your Honor. But then to kill a child, an innocent toddler who's done nothing wrong, who has no reason. My client has no reason to do something for one. That
Your Honor, may I speak?
Your Honor, please. Your Honor, please.
Just a moment, prosecutor.
Imagine the blood of that child covering your perfectly clean, sanitized hand. You know how Your Honor, please. Is that disgusting or is that not disgusting? Could you imagine that or could you not?
That is disgusting. However,
All right. Well, please, I would like to present my evidence. since we are stretching to the highest degree, to blame my client again for buying hand sanitizer. If I must, Your Honor, this used tissue, my client just threw this in the trash moments ago. Look at him. He's shivering. He's disgusted. We don't have hand sanitizer here today. We don't. How can he clean his hands? We've been sitting in this court for what, 20 minutes? 30 minutes?
That's why I sit up here, so I don't have to sit next to
Exactly.
you germs.
Exactly. My client
This is getting
freaking
derailed.
out. This disgusting tissue that was, again, properly disposed of in the garbage can, not dirty. He keeps it clean. I'm just saying, Your Honor, that's all I have to say. Please,
Gotcha.
go ahead.
Your Honor,
Prosecutor?
he just spouted his motive for killing the kids. I said they drowned in the hand sanitizer, not that they were murdered in any bloody fashion. There would be no blood on his hands. And you saying that him being a germaphobe, wanting everything to be clean, that would prompt him to drown these kids in the hand sanitizer, as he has done, to get them clean beyond repair, to make sure they never get dirty again. Therefore, why? Why would we let him free?
Your Honor, if I may.
You
Yeah.
rebuttal?
You're not wrong. Maybe I used a bit of a graphic terminology that sure may not have fit the description in its second half. Okay, but I do want to point out again, disgusting toddlers, terrible, disgusting, dirty, filthy toddlers. I said toddlers are dirty and toddlers are disgusting. My client would want nothing to do with that. He keeps his hands clean. Toddlers are not clean. He would not handle a toddler.
Your Honor,
That's all, Your Honor, that's all I have to say.
this is just going back and forth because that is his entire motive right there. He wants to kill the toddlers so they no longer spread the germs, no longer get dirty, all the grimy,
Hearsay.
icky shit that they do.
Hearsay.
This is not hearsay. That's wrong, emo. This is the truth. This man right there has killed toddlers by drowning them so that they would no longer be clean.
Hey, Your Honor.
Yes.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, huh?
Solid defense.
Thank you, Your Honor.
After all is said and done,
I rest my
I've heard both
case.
sides. Shall we go over the evidence together?
Please.
If you hold tab and open up your menus. A rude gesture that the defendant clearly did not understand,
Mhm.
as funny as that may be, is inadmissible. A gathering of police officers, again, no officers here. Understandably, they're either afraid to come forth, or it was hearsay,
Oh, please.
inadmissible.
Was not hearsay.
Now, when it comes down to the business card, invitation card, it is correct that you lose an invitation when you go to said event, which means that that was not found on the person.
I'd like to point out, Your Honor, that when we send out invitation cards, we don't take them away because then we'd have to re-give them. Because if you go to like a thing, you get invited to a thing, something comes up, you gotta leave. We're not trying to give out a bunch of different invitation cards. You get one invitation card, we take them away at the end of filming, and we haven't finished filming because I had to be here for this today.
Yeah.
May I get your name, witness?
Why do you need my name?
I mean, you're here, are you not? I mean, you're testifying. Are you or are you not Mr. Harvey Weinstein?
I'm not Harvey Weinstein.
Now, correct or not, was my client filming on your movie? No.
No.
Your Honor, once again, my client was there to meet with Mr. Weinstein. He had nothing to do with the movie, like the witness has stated. The witness has stated that they hand out invitations for the movie that they are shooting, and then they take them away when the movie's done. Correct? Again, my client was not a part of this film. He was only at the studio to meet with Mr. Weinstein. That's all I have to say, Your Honor. Thank you.
Noted.
That invitation.
I object because that makes no sense to this.
Your Honor, if Prosecutor Fui was paying attention for the rest of the court session, it would make sense.
Your Honor, no, because from what the director has said, if he was invited to the lot, he would still have the card, and he was invited by one of the producers. So therefore, he would have had a card there, and he does not.
Well,
I stated
order in the court. It was stated that he was invited to a film studio, which he was at. So, business card is lacking. As the movie being filmed in a park, you said?
Yeah.
So,
He was invited to the business lot, you said?
correct, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Now, violent epidemics are rampant along the ground, like around everything. However, that is hearsay. We have no proof that it was not him there or someone else there. I have to leave that out of there. They did find his driver's license on the body, or not the body, I'm sorry, on your client at the scene of the crime. Now, this is where the end comes into play. You had a great defense. You had great closing argument. But you did sow the seed when you stated that your client does not like icky children. The motive is there.
He wouldn't get his hands on icky children. What the fuck? That's bullshit.
that is not bullshit.
It was the very end. It was the very end.
You was ripping me
Wasn't
apart
bad.
till that
You
one,
were
dude.
ripping him apart until you said that.
I had no good cards at all for that first bit.